What is going on, people? Manchester United 6, Leeds 2, and it's an absolutely amazing result. Christmas could not have felt any better. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Manchester United with a brilliant result. What I think of the game, I think it was a magnificent performance by Manchester United going forward. Defensively, the usual signs, the usual frailties were there. I think Leeds only had 3 shots on target, but they had 17 overall. They did create a lot of chances. And there's a question to be asked about how crazy this game might have been if Leeds actually had the quality to finish. But that ain't our business, fam. We can only play what's in front of us. And at the end of the day, we destroyed them. We absolutely battered them. And if you want to use that logic for Leeds, then you can use that logic with us, because we could have easily won this game 9 or 10-0. Realistically, if we didn't concede from a corner, and we didn't concede that other goal from Leeds, we could have won this game 10-0. And if we just took all our chances, because Martial missed like 2 sitters, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, I'm not going to get into that. I think in the first half, I thought David De Gea was going to be my man of the match until Scott McTominay got his assist. So Scott McTominay, for me, undisputed man of the match. Of course, you can throw in names like Bruno Fernandes as well, because he was absolutely instrumental. But I think Scott was amazing. He's the first player in Premier League history to score a brace in 3 minutes. So he had an absolutely amazing performance. And just on Scott McTominay, I've always said that this player has a lot of potential and that we haven't seen the best of him simply because of his age and how young he is, and the fact that we haven't really figured out where he fits into the Manchester United system. I think if Scott McTominay can continue to play with confidence, to keep his mentality and his attitude in the right place, and play well when he gets the opportunity in the odd game like this, where he is allowed to play in a more advanced role, he will be a great squad player for us. I really, really do. People want to talk about Paul Pogba, people want to talk about Van der Beek, people want to talk about Bruno, people want to talk about Martial, people want to talk about Rashford, but they don't want to talk about the squad players that every team that hopes to challenge for a league title one day needs. And that is just the reality. Every team needs good squad players, and I think that's what McTominay is. So, you know, that's and whether or not that's all he will ever be, we'll never know. But here's another interesting stat. Ever since January, when Bruno joined, Scott McTominay, Fred, and Bruno in the same midfield have never lost together. They've lost once, but they haven't lost outside of that Arsenal defeat. Just let that marinate for a bit, you know? And I know there's some context to the way we played and the teams we played against, but still, it's not a coincidence that when we play that midfield 3, we always seem to have solid performances. Might not be the most glamorous performances like today, because let's be honest, we don't always play like this, but we do have more solid performances. The frustrating thing is that this manager probably won't pick this team again for another 2 weeks. But anyways, gassed with the results. Bruno Fernandes, of course, scoring a penalty. He had to. The Duracell Bunny, Dan James getting involved with the goals as well. Good to see him actually get a goal. You know, it's good for his confidence and everything. So I like that. I really, really do like that. And Lindelof getting involved with the goals, fam, scoring from a cross, from a set piece. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was Maguire's thing. Where's the £80 million, fam? You know, Lindelof chipping in. I'm happy for the Iceman Lindelof, because he deserves it. I called him Lindeflop last video, and I will call him Lindeflop from this moment going forward. But for tonight and for the next hour, because it's Christmas and you know, I've had one of these, you know, it's a good spirit. I'm not going to be one of those fans. So for tonight, he's Victor Lindelof, the Iceman. But going forward for the rest of the week, he's Victor Lindelof, because let's not call a spade a spade. Leeds could have scored if they had better quality. Let's not call a spade a spade. Let's not beat around the bush. Let us call a spade a spade. I can't even speak, fam, because I'm gassed. I got it in my system. But anyways, yeah, not much else to say about the game, man. I think Van der Beek was quiet when he came on. Really don't have much to say about him. Disappointed that he didn't start, but it is what it is, you know. I'm happy that Paul Pogba, you know, I would have been happy if Paul Pogba didn't start from after the tweet thing, but now that it seems like the club has kind of moved on, I was confused as to why he didn't start today, because clearly Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't care about what happened with him and his agent, and he thinks that Paul Pogba is a very good player and still an integral part of the team. So I don't know. Maybe it's because Leeds play a high press and Paul Pogba loses the ball a lot in deep positions, so he didn't want that weakness to be exploited, in which case I understand. But I don't think McTominay is that much better going forward. And I know that's controversial because he just had the game of his life. I don't think he's that much better going forward than Pogba. So I was confused to see why Pogba didn't start. But it doesn't faze me. I'm not going to be losing sleep. I'm not in the Pogba FC camp. I want him to leave the club, fam, because he disrespected us 2 days before our biggest game of the season. His agent disrespected us and he employed that agent. So he is ultimately responsible for what that agent says, in my humble opinion. But yeah, gassed. Leeds United, great rivalry, you know, and I must say this. Plaudits to Leeds United for the way they played. You know, their brand of football is admirable. It's filled with bravado, and a lot of people believe that's the way football should be played. Well, if you're a long-time viewer of this channel, you know my opinion. Beautiful football, triangles, you know, tiki-taka on the edge of the box. If you can't win games, it means nothing. You know, and I know there's bigger context with Leeds United because he doesn't have the players, and Leeds United basically don't have a defense, and they're a newly promoted team. So yeah, for a newly promoted team, they're actually a very good team, Leeds United. But like, you know, if we're comparing it to Manchester United and to Chelsea and to Liverpool and all these other big teams, which is an unfair comparison to make to begin with, I just don't think it matters that much, you know. But hey, applaud to them. And I don't think Leeds fans will be celebrating that. You know, they'll have a lot of pride in the performance, but they won't be celebrating losing 6-2 to one of their biggest rivals at Old Trafford for the first time in nearly 6 years, you know, away from home. So yeah. But yeah, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got it right, and I have to address Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, of course, because he did get it right. Doesn't mean I'm Ole in. I won't be Ole in until he stops being a Tinkerman, or unless he wins a league title, which, you know, probably both those things probably won't happen. But yeah, let me know what your comments are, what your thoughts are in the comments down below on the game, man. Whether you're not, even if you're not a United fan, let me know what you think of Harry the Vacuum conceding a goal on the back post as usual. Let me know about Aaron Wan-Bissaka's terrible performance today. Let me know what you think of Telles getting dropped. Let me know what you think of Van der Beek not starting in this game, despite the fact that we won 6-2. You know, let me know what you think of Martial's performance, because it was pretty awful, if we're being honest. Yes, he got the 2 assists, so as a hold-up man and a link-up man, he was magnificent. But as a striker, he was awful today, you know, like in terms of scoring goals. And he had the chances. It's not like one of those games where he didn't have the chances and he was just doing so much more off the ball. He had the chances. So if he just had taken them, he would have had one of the best games of his season so far, you know. But yeah. Leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. And yeah, it's been your boy, Triple M. Check you in the next one.